In one of Roblox's most vibrant worlds, under the bright neon lights of a virtual city, two players chanced upon each other in the lobby before the start of a large raid. They were strangers, but smiles and friendly gestures gave way to an instant spark of interest. One was interested in level design, the other in the scripts that make monsters docile and graceful in their movements. Their conversation began with a simple question: what idea would you like to see in the next map? Thus began the small beginnings of a friendship. This initial conversation evolved into long nights of tinkering with ideas, experiments, and code puzzles. They realized they weren't competing, but complementing each other. One brought visual style and atmosphere, the other logic and movement. The virtual space became their workshop, where each new block of code and each new architectural element brought them closer to their shared goal. They decided to build a minigame where players could explore a mysterious castle, and each artifact discovered unlocked a new level of the story. They worked many nights. The designer searched for lighting, shadows, and textures. The programmer for precise animation and smooth transitions. Sparks of ideas sparked during their discussions, but more often than not, the arguments turned into constructive dialogue. Gradually, a habit of working together developed between them. They learned to listen to each other, noticing how small details impacted the overall experience of the game. From time to time, one of them would feel anxious. What if it doesn't work out? The other would respond with support and concrete steps to fix the problem. Their collaboration became not only a way to achieve the goal, but also a way to understand each other more deeply. Challenges came in the form of bugs, crashes, and engine limitations. Bugs ruined their planned work, and deadlines weigh heavily. They learned to share responsibility. One would fix the error. The other would rework the interactivity flow to avoid overloading the game. These moments taught them trust. They realized that not only their creativity, but also the team's reputation was at stake. Over time, they began to notice that their work brought them joy not only from the results, but also from how they supported each other through difficult moments. They began to balance ambition and realism, sharing tasks and celebrating small victories. The smooth movement of enemies, the improved interface, the clear presentation of the story, the realization that their bond was growing not only as colleagues, but also as partners came gradually. One day, when a complex quest system finally worked in their minigame, they decided to conduct a test run for a small group of friends. During the test, they noticed how the gaze of each other became softer, how their voices became more confident and warm. It was that subtle note that is conveyed not by words, but by actions. Support during bug fixes, joint walks through virtual locations after work. When they discussed not only the code, but also their dreams for the future, their relationship began to take on a form close to a true partnership symphony. When one suggested reducing the brightness of the lights around the statues, the other agreed and proposed a new idea for the space. Let's add a little story here that emphasizes the theme of trust. Thus, their love became not only an emotional connection, but also a creative movement. They learned to listen to each other in any language that understood their code and their hearts. After several releases, their minigame achieved significant popularity. Together, they organized an online community meeting. They shared the project's journey, its challenges and victories, and the importance of trust and teamwork. This was more than a game presentation. It was an acknowledgement that their journey is a story of mutual support and growth. Viewers saw not only the technical side of the project, but also the human side. They shared how, beyond the lines of code and design decisions, they were inspired by this couple, an example of how two people can build not only a world within a game, but also respect, friendship, and love beyond the screen. Their story became a bridge between creators and the community, a search for shared meaning and a shared future. Their story didn't end with the release of a single game. They continued to create new worlds and expand their horizons. Roblox became more than just a platform for games. It became a place where the two found something more: mutual trust, support, and a love that grew alongside their creativity. Over time, they realized that the most valuable thing isn't the success of a single project, but the growth of a shared soul. Learning to listen to each other, accept differences, and move toward common goals. Their love became an inspiration not only for the two of them, but for the entire team.